thank Mr. Fletcher for his statement. I now give the floor to those council members who wish to make statements. I give the floor to the representative of France.
Merci.
Thank you, President. President, with Indonesia, France called for the holding of this emergency meeting following the heinous, unacceptable and unjustifiable attacks that the UNIFIL Blue Helmets have suffered in recent days. These attacks are the latest in a series of attacks and similar incidents observed in recent months that France strongly condemned on many occasions. This situation cannot go on. Also, President, I would like to thank you for organising this meeting this morning. I'd like to thank the briefers too, USG Jean-Pierre Lacroix and General Secretary of Humanitarian Affairs Tom Fletcher, and ASG for Political Affairs Khalid Chiari, and thank them for their briefings, comments and observations and their request to the Council. 3 Indonesian Blue Helmets have died in the last 48 hours. 3 peacekeepers working for the benefit of the international community killed in the exercise of their mission in Lebanon. France would like to pay tribute to them and express to the families of the victims, to Indonesia as well, its deepest solidarity and its most sincere condolences. We would like to express also our gratitude to the UN and to the peacekeeping soldiers working alongside them. We wish a swift recovery to injured personnel, and we commend the courage, professionalism and commitment of all UN personnel in South Lebanon and around the world. France reaffirms its support for the UNIFIL mandate, which it must be allowed to carry out in full without hindrance until the end that is set forth in Resolution 2790. Grave incidents have also been committed by Israel against the French contingent in Nakura, and particularly against the head of the military of the force. Israeli soldiers have shown an aggressive attitude, carried out intimidation and attacked the security of personnel of the French contingent at a time when deconfliction procedures had been duly respected. France condemns in strongest terms these direct threats to personnel working with within UNIFIL. We share this information with the Israeli authorities, and light should be shed on what happened without delay. This council cannot settle for condemning, it must act so that these kind of acts do not happen again. Protection of blue helmets is an obligation under international law incumbent on all, and this was reminded to us by our briefers, and we expect that Israel provide concrete and immediate guarantees. Deconflicting procedures exist and must be respected by all parties without exception. Every day, UNIFIL blue helmets face risks of shooting, mines, IEDs, while they are working to implement the mandate bestowed upon them. These acts are unacceptable and unjustifiable. France appeals once again to Israel and Hezbollah to respect the safety of blue helmets. Anyone who puts UN staff at risk should be accountable before this Council and the entire international community. President, these deaths cannot be looked at separately from the intensification of the war in Lebanon. Civilians are paying an unbearable price. In Lebanon, more than 1,200 people have been killed and 3,500 injured in less than a month, including children, healthcare workers and journalists. A quarter of Lebanese people are displaced in very difficult conditions, despite the goodwill and the proactive nature of the Lebanese authorities, with the resolute support of the international community, including France. In Israel, their population are forced to seek refuge several times a day in shelters, sometimes in less than 15 seconds. The path out of war is a well-known one. It's the full implementation of Resolution 1701 and the return to the ceasefire from November 2024 with the support of the US-French surveillance mechanism stemming from it. This, on the one hand, requires that Israel renounce any large-scale land intervention and also all occupation of Lebanese territory, which would only put the prospect of lasting peace further away. This requires, on the other hand, the other side, that Hezbollah puts an end to these attacks and hands over its weapons to the Lebanese state in line with the decision bravely taken by the Lebanese government on the 2nd of March. Hezbollah must stop taking the Lebanese people hostage to benefit a war waged by Iran against Israel, a war that we condemn in absolute terms. Iran must also follow the decisions sovereignly taken by the Lebanese authorities, including that to demand the departure of the Iranian ambassador to Lebanon from the 29th of March. A diplomatic solution is possible to move towards peace. France is working on it, and we will continue our discussions with the Lebanese authorities and Israeli authorities to achieve a de-escalation that could open the way for direct negotiations. In this context, we welcome and support the brave decisions taken by the Lebanese executive to strengthen the sovereignty of Lebanon and its openness to engage in direct discussions with Israel. This is a historic opportunity that France would invite them to take without delay to achieve a lasting solution to this conflict in the interest of all parties. France is ready to facilitate these discussions in close collaboration with its partners. It's with this in mind that the French Minister of Foreign Affairs a few days ago went to Beirut and Jerusalem. But to achieve this solution, there are several conditions: the respect for the UN, the respect for UNIFIL staff and personnel, the respect for international law, including international humanitarian law and civilian people, and also the cessation of hostilities as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
I thank the representative of France for his statement. I now give the floor to the representative of Greece.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also wish to thank USG Lacroix, USG Fletcher, and ASG Chiari for their briefings. Colleagues, we gather today at a moment of profound sorrow and grave concern as the ongoing conflagration in Lebanon has not spared UNIFIL's blue helmets. Fully echoing the Secretary General's latest statement, Greece strongly condemns the risk